So welcome back, everyone. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about bringing on my next guest, who's also been on with me now several times. I have with me Dr. Jerry BERG, and he's the owner of Mobile Chiropractic of Arizona. Now listen up, everyone. He comes to you, which I think is so awesome. He also has some magic hands. So we got to talk a little bit about you and what makes you so different, which is a lot.
I combine regular chiropractic care with energy balancing and energy healing. So it's your energy body and your physical body gets combined in the treatment, and it makes a difference.
Well, let me just tell you. First of all, the time before you had come in here and you brought a picture.
Yes.
Of you were doing something with a piece of bread or some kind of a bread.
I was making bread with yeast.
Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you, this doctor has magic hands, and it's the energy, and we all have it.
Yes.
But it's a little different, right? You feel it. It's
very strong, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
So he has this picture that he brings in, and you can literally explain to them exactly what it is. Proof is in the pudding. It's on the bread. Go ahead.
So when I make my bread, I take a cup and a half of water, put yeast in it, and it's warm water, so the yeast starts to have its action. And I just thought, well, I'm just put my hands around this cup and see what it does. See if I have any magic and any energy in the hands. And the yeast started to float to the surface, and it created a shape. It looked kind of like a figure 8. And then on the ends of it, it looked like you had a magnet that was drawing the energy in like you had iron filings and a magnet underneath on a piece of paper. That's what it looked like.
It was neat.
Yeah, it was.
It was weird. Now, I'm telling you, I saw what I saw, right? And you can't, a picture you cannot deny, right? Now, let's talk about you. First of all, how did you decide to make it a mobile practice?
I wanted to practice the way I wanted to practice. When you deal with insurance companies, they dictate how much time you can spend, what you have to do. You have to see lots of numbers, your overhead. And I wanted a concierge practice because I do soft tissue, I adjust people, I do energy work. All of that takes time, and I didn't want to be encumbered by somebody else setting the rules. I wanted to take and provide a service for the patient and do the best I can for them.
Doctor has been doing this for 29 years, and he comes to you. He's valley-wide. This is really what makes it so fantastic, because he can come to your office.
Yep.
He can come to your home, anywhere you are. If you're in a studio here, you can have that done right here.
I've treated a plumber in a church parking lot before.
What? Are you kidding me? That's pretty funny. That's amazing. But there are people, when you're hurt, right, when you're hurting,
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And that is the thing about people, is we mostly call when we hurt, right?
Yep.
Now we shouldn't. We should be doing it more, consistently, because it's better to keep your body in.
It's just like changing oil in your car. You change it whether you need it or not, kind of.
Now, I want to say some things here. We're going to open up the lines. The audience, we had them open before, so we're going to keep our lines open here. Now, doctor is going to enter everybody into when it's a visit. It's a 1-hour visit, and this includes a treatment,
Yes.
right? And that includes all that energy, healing, and everything like that. He states that not anyone, every single person, when he leaves, feel better. He says they feel a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And that's a good difference. I just want to say it.
Yeah, it's a positive difference.
Yeah. And you say that every single time.
Yes. Yeah, it takes time, but it's just like, that's why I spend the time, because then I can guarantee that you're going to feel different.
His phone number to call direct, it's 480-298-6148. The website is mobilechirodoc.com, and we've got our lines for everyone here to get entered into win. It's a 1-hour visit. It includes a treatment, and our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I want to talk about your magic hands, okay? Because when you said that you literally, when you put them on somebody, you know where to go, you can feel it. I don't want to talk, you talk. Tell them about it.
Well, one case that comes to mind, it was a lady that had breast cancer, and it was in remission, and it come back, and so She had done an MRI, so they seen where it had gone into her spine. And she didn't really tell me that it was in her spine, but when I evaluated her, I could tell exactly where it was, and she confirmed it with what the MRI said is where the pathology had gone. So I can feel things that other people don't feel. The other thing that I always tell people is like, I feel what you feel. Like I have a touch that I can tell when this feels good, when it feels like it's a little awkward, if it feels like this is a really sore hurt or this is a muscle tension thing. I can tell all those things without you even telling me.
So how much of it is, you wanna call it Reiki, is that what you call it, or energy work?
It's kind of, it's energy work. It's very similar to Reiki, except it's like hands-on Reiki.
Right, it's hands-on, that's what's the difference.
Yeah, Reiki is a way, and I can feel it away, but it's more effective when I touch the body. It's like more of a direct connection.
What does that first consult, the first time that you're working with a visit, that you come in and you're working with that person, what does that look like?
So we come in, we have to do a history, so that's when you tell me what's going on, what's all the parts that hurt, and usually it's not just one. And the more you start talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, and then my knee hurts and my finger hurts and whatever, I have headaches once in a while. It's those kind of things, and we get through all of that stuff, so then I can have a comprehensive look at treating you and how we can set up a plan to help all those things.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's a 1-hour visit. It includes the treatment. And he's valley-wide. He's been doing this for 29 years. His phone number direct, it's 480-298-6148. His website is mobilechirodoc.com. Call in here and get yourself entered in to win this visit. Let me just tell you something, folks. A lot of people it's time consuming a lot of people are changing the way they do things today.
Yes.
Because everyone's so busy and you're at work or you're doing your thing, you can't go to the chiropractor, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't do it, which makes things worse.
Yes, yeah, that's part of the concept of why I have a mobile practice, because people say, yeah, I really need to go, I need to go, I want to go, I like to go, but I don't have time to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time you leave your office, shut down your work, go, wait a little bit, get treated, and it's a quick treatment, then you come back, get set up again, it's an hour. If I come there, I treat you and it's all done at home and you never miss a lick.
And I like that, and it is a full hour,
Yes.
because you don't have to deal with all the other stuff.
Right.
The other thing that you mentioned the last time was when you were doing your energy work, that the first thing that usually happens to the patient, you said something about their stomach starts to growl.
Yes.
What's that all about? That's kind of strange.
So when you have pain, it's you're
talking to
moving,
you.
yeah, your autonomic nervous system, you have two things, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is you see a lion in the forest and you want to live for the next 5 minutes, so you run like crazy and you have blood to your muscles. The parasympathetic is for long-term living, like digestion of food, sleeping, restorative stuff. So when about 15 minutes in, when I work on people doing energetic stuff, their stomach starts to growl because I've moved them from that sympathetic when they're in pain to more parasympathetic, more balanced. They get restful, and it's probably half the people at least, I want to go take a nap after I get treated.
That's
because
neat.
it moved them to that parasympathetic range.
Now, he says that everyone, when they leave, they feel a difference. There isn't anyone that doesn't, and it's a good difference.
Correct.
So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's a 1-hour visit. It includes the treatment. He comes to you, he's mobile, he is valley-wide. So the phone number to call here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100. Why is energy flow so important?
Because as you use your body, the energy gets used up. Every cell needs 70 to 90 millivolts of charge. That's those meridians in acupuncture. That energy flow keeps replacing it and balancing it out in your system. When you have a problem or a pain, it's because it gets blocked up and it's not moving, kind of like a log jam.
Well, one of the things that I think is most important when you're talking is because you've made it so convenient that people have no excuse anymore. We need to take charge of our health. We need to take charge of how we feel, and part of that is having, let's say, chiropractic way more than just when you're hurting. Right, when that accident happens or what have you.
Yeah.
You need to be doing it more often, right?
Yeah, I can always tell somebody that's had regular chiropractic care because their spines are just more malleable, they move better, and if they have a problem, they correct easier and faster.
It's concierge, and it's unbelievable because he comes to you no matter where you are, in your office, on your boat, he said, on the side of the street with one guy by a car that got hurt bad, but he comes to you. This is what's special, and his hands are special. Energy work that no one else does anything like this. It's amazing. So call in here, get entered in to win, 602-277-5369. I couldn't get that number in fast enough.
Yeah.
So, doctor, what do you see when happens when you start, you're working with your client, right? I mean, and right away, I know that most people are tense already because that cracking, that worries them. I want to talk about this when we're on air, but what do you do? Because a lot of people are already tense. How do you get them to calm a little bit before you start going there?
I wait. I'm patient. So I can put you in a position to, say, adjust something, and I can talk to the body by giving a little impulse, gentle, then like see how that feels okay, doesn't hurt, whatever. This will be just a little bit more, and then I can.
I have a question that's in my mind right now. So people, you must have, like, people that do a massage, they have the same massage that they know with their 3 different ones or whatever it is, that they start at the whatever they start and they do the whole thing. It's the same thing all the time. Is yours more for each person different? Or do you, I'm not saying that you do massage, I'm just saying when you start to work on somebody, are some people where you start in certain areas different than others? Because it's like almost, I want to say, a customized to them.
Totally.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Go ahead.
Totally customized. I mean, everybody is the same, like structurally, so there's a lot that's similar. But if somebody comes in and their thing is, I have these worst headaches ever, and that, I'm not gonna work on their low back first, I'm gonna work on their neck. I'm gonna check things out, but I'm gonna work on that focused area.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about that when we get back, because it's important for them to hear that they're customized. It's not something that you just do, that,
And so many times when people get adjusted, the chiropractor just does kind of a general cracking.
Mm-hmm.
I adjust one segment, and I reevaluate, and then I adjust another segment, because it's dynamic, and it changes. When I adjust one thing, it changes. Then you have to recheck, because it may be different, then I adjust the next one. So it's all part of how I do it.
Question. So a lot of people have had, like, I have to have
40 till we're back.
Say that?
40 seconds till we're back.
Okay, a hip replacement. Okay, a lot of people have knees, hip replacement.
You
Is
should
it
all see
okay?
me the day after,
The day after?
or within the week.
Really? Tell me about that.
Because there's so much trauma that messes with how the brain operates those muscles around those joints. And I'm familiar with post-surgical stuff. I've worked on lots of people post-surgical, and if we can take out that trauma memory in their energy system, it will make a difference in their pain level,
And their
recovery, and how PT
Here we
works.
go, we gotta talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everyone. We've got our lines open here, open for everyone to get entered in to win. It's a 1-hour visit with the doctor that comes to you, a mobile chiropractic. It's fantastic that you do this because he's made it so convenient for everybody. Now you do have no excuse whatsoever to be taking care of yourselves. Now, he's valley-wide. He's been doing this for 29 years, and tell him what makes your magic hand so different. About the energy work that you kind of, I know you're thinking about how to say it.
Yeah.
Because I'm making fun over here, but that's okay.
So I can turn on the energy in my hands, and it transfers to that person. It's like we're all connected, and my hands for whatever reason, God has blessed me. And
I've seen it on a picture, it's amazing. And I'm sure the people that work with you that all are amazed because, you know, when you do this energy work, the person that you're doing it on can feel it.
They feel it immediately. Like I can touch an area that's a problem, and it's usually because the energy is blocked up. I connect that with a meridian, an energy pathway that's moving, and they can feel how their back relaxes or that joint relaxes and the pain reduces immediately.
It's amazing. Now, we've got our lines open for everyone to get entered into when it's a 1 hour visit and it includes a treatment. Again, he's valley-wide and our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out on his website. It's mobilechirodoc.com, and the phone number to call him direct, it's 480-298-6148. I say call in here, whether it's you or someone that you know. First of all, I want to go to the totally customized programs. I call it a program.
Yeah.
It's customized to you, and it's not like you do the same thing to everybody.
Yeah, you can
You
go
can.
you can go and you can get the standard recipe from somebody, but mine, I take and I evaluate you. If we're working on something, I do something that changes your body, then I reevaluate as we go all the way through. So it's totally customized to your person. Say your neck hurts, and I adjust a level, or I work on a level, then I reevaluate, then we look at the next level, we reevaluate, because your body's dynamic. You can't change one thing in the system and not change everything a little bit.
Right.
So it's just not a random thing.
Now, he also says that every single person, when he's done, tell them that they feel a difference, and it's a good feeling.
Every time.
Every single time. We've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered in to win a 1 hour visit. It includes a treatment, and our number here is 602-277-5369. He is mobile. He comes to you, and he can come to you wherever you are. It's a concierge service, which is really nice about this. So anytime that you need something like this, you got to call. But if you can do it on a regular basis, that's your best, always, for anything,
Yes.
you know. Now, I talked to you about something
Okay.
that I don't think I've ever talked about this before. Hips replacements and knee replacements. Okay, a lot of people have them, right?
Yes, very common.
And I said, what should people do? And what was the first thing you said right off the
He
bat?
says, see me the next day.
And I said, oh my God, the next day, tell me about that.
Well, I'm familiar with post-surgical stuff, and what happens is when you have those surgeries done, it's trauma to your system. You've had trauma because there's been so much pain. And if we can change that programming in your brain and your energy field, it reduces the tension, makes you feel better, and then your physical therapy and everything else that you do works better and you heal faster.
Yeah, now it makes sense. How about if somebody has had a hip replacement or a knee replacement done a long time ago?
Definitely, same thing. Those things get stuck, those patterns get stuck in your brain and your energy system, and you need to take and reprogram, and that's exactly what I do. And it doesn't matter, it's always better to do it sooner than later, but if it's 10 years later, I've had people that have been miserable and they can't believe that it was different. I had a guy recently that had hip surgery, and it was like a year and a half later, he says, yeah, it just doesn't go away. I did the PT, I went back, they didn't have any answers. I treated him a couple times and it was hugely better.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's a 1 hour visit, and it includes a treatment. He's valley-wide, he's mobile. He comes to you, so he's making it completely convenient for everybody to be able to get chiropractic, and a lot of people don't, just because it's inconvenient to do, right? A lot of people also think about the cracks,
Yes.
the cracking, right?
Yes.
And they're a little nervous about it. So
Sure.
how do you handle all of that?
If they don't want to be cracked, I don't crack them. So my stuff is very effective even if we don't adjust. Sometimes it'll go faster if we can adjust, but it's a partnership. If you're not with me on what we're gonna do in the plan, then we don't do it. It just won't work right. The energy is wrong. I just don't do it.
Right, yeah, but I think it's great that you said, if you don't want to, we don't have to, you could still
Oh, yeah.
work on them. You're not saying, hey, I can't work with you, you are
No, 'cause we
working
take
with
it-
them better.
We program the muscle tension, we do energy work. All of that is what ends up showing up with how your body functions. And if we fix that, your body functions better.
How important is it for people to be doing this more on a regular basis?
I think everybody should really be doing it. It's just that it's about taking care of yourself. Because if joints don't move, they don't get nutrified the right way, the lymphatics don't work right. The physiology is made so things work in a balance, and this helps keep your body in balance.
We have our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. It's a 1-hour visit, and it includes a treatment. And you like to, obviously it's a story, everybody's got a story of
Yeah.
why they're with you, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you have said on every show, and you say it here already several times, that everyone that works with him, that not, when he leaves, there isn't one person that doesn't feel the difference, and it's a good difference. Go ahead.
Absolutely, yeah. That I spend enough time that you're gonna feel a difference, and like, I've done this so much that I really can
29 years.
diagnose and focus in on the thing, and so we're not wasting time, try this and try that and see if it works. I know what will work because I know what's going on.
And again, I have to tell people that when you came in here with that picture and you were showing, it just so happened that you knew somebody that was in here
Yeah.
that day, and you were showing this picture to him, and I had to get in on it, and it was amazing that you could see that energy right there. I mean, it was, there, you can't deny it.
Yeah, it was
Right.
pretty crazy.
What's it for you like when you're working with somebody, and, I mean, do you usually do that first, or how does that work?
Yeah, I've always, energy starts out at the beginning, but it's blended in everywhere. So I'll do some energy balancing, say on your low back, then I'll do some muscle type positioning and relaxation. Then I'll move to a different area, do energy, then muscle stuff.
You mentioned migraines earlier, right?
Right.
And so you can help with migraines?
Yes.
Is there anything different that you can help with that people don't even know?
So many people say they have a migraine and it's migrainous level, but they're suboccipital headaches. They come from the very top 2 vertebrae in the base of your skull in your neck. Sometimes if you ice that can make a difference. You know, it can help be livable, but it's dysfunction in that. And with all of the computers and phones, people are bending their heads are out of position. It overworks that upper cervical area, and so headaches are pretty common, and it's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Again, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. It's a 1-hour visit, and it includes the treatment. And again, we've got our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. How does the body then heal itself? Because I've always been told that, and I don't believe it, because I know a lot of people in a lot of pain and their body never healed.
When your muscles are really tight around a joint or an area, it's kind of like holding a sponge from your kitchen sink really tight. You can put your hand right in the water, take it out, and the sponge is still dry because all the water's there, all the blood is what heals in your body. It can be around that area, but it can't penetrate to the level that it can heal. So if we get stuff to relax and get you into more parasympathetic healing phase, then that blood comes in there. That's got the healing factors. It brings the nutrients and takes away the waste, and your body heals itself.
And the other thing that I wanted to ask you is just a couple different types of treatments that you can do on people with different, what are the different kinds of problems that you deal with?
Oh, headaches, neck, low back, knees, foot pain, toe pain. I've had people that have kicked the thing and their toe hurts like crazy, and I can touch it in 2 minutes, it usually goes away.
He's got magic hands. He really does. And you know what? The thing is that there's not any, I don't think there's anyone, any doctor out there that could say like you, not only do you do chiropractic, but you've got that energy work that you bring to it. I don't know anybody that does something like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
29 years that he's been doing this, and he does it all throughout the valley. we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in and to win. It's a 1-hour visit, and it includes a treatment. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website. It's mobilechirodoc.com. His number direct, it's 480-298-6148, and we're going to let you keep on calling. If the lines are busy, just keep on calling here because we want you to have it if you want it. And the other thing is, I really want to tell you what he says the most is every single person, when he leaves, when he's about to leave, say the same thing to him. They feel a difference and it feels good. It feels better. Again, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a 1-hour visit, which includes a treatment. 602-277-5369. I don't know if I got that out or not, but whatever, we did it. Hold on, let me go turn that off. I'll be right there.
Yep.
That was fun. Did
Yes.
you like it? I was a little light, but that was fun.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah,
Little-
yeah,
Like more natural.
yeah. Yeah, and that's what happens. The more you do it, that's what starts to happen is you and I have that rapport together, just
Right.
like you when you work with anybody else. Let me see when your next one is.
Good plan.
I think it's at the end of it, yeah.
I apologize. The phones are blown up, and I was telling them how to get it.
What was that at the end?
I
wasn't
started-
sure. Did I get the number in or what?
No,
I don't
you're
know.
good. I started telling him how to work the phone because it blew
It's
up.
okay.
So.
It's okay. Good.
All right, cool.
Blowing up is
I'm
good.
looking when I see when I am. What?
Yeah, blowing up is good.
Yeah, we like blowing up.
We do. Awesome.
Love when things blow up.